here. Come on, let's do this. Let's talk about these shoes with class. Believe. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where you get to sit there and watch me take some shoes out of a box and then tell you what I think of them. Today we are talking about these, the Nike and Travis Scott Zoom Fieldjaxx in the leche blue colorway. These dropped, when was it? Friday, I think? And we're an absolute easy cop. I actually doubled up on this pair. I won a raffle and then copped a pair of the Nike sneakers. Right, before we get into the in-depth, amazing review, let me just address some of the comments that might inevitably come up by some of you smartasses out there. You see, some of you guys are probably gonna wanna say, hang on a second, didn't this guy make a video just 2 weeks ago completely trashing this shoe, throwing it under a bus, and then reversing back over it in an 18-wheeler truck? And so to those of you out there that want to make that comment, let me just quickly say the following. Fuck off. First of all, the price points on these Zoom Fieldjaxx was £155, which is around about 170 odd bucks. The colorway, in my opinion, is really nice. In terms of the design of the shoe, I do stand by my comments that it looks like another Nike sneaker. And of course, a lot of us out there know the Nike sneaker that these look a little bit like. It's the Zoom Spiridon. Most specifically, it's the midsole tooling, as well as the outsole tooling, as well as the general profile of the shoe. You can see when you match them up next to these that the profile is very similar, the height is very similar, they feature the same type of back tab on the back. It's a little bit like the Jumpman Jacks, where the base of the shoe seems to emanate from something like the AirTech Challenge 2 or the Air Yeezy 2, and then Travis has just gone ahead and made a few tweaks. Now, a little bit like the Jumpman Jacks, which were called the T-Rexes or the Cactus Jack 1s, this shoe has also gone through a little bit of a series of identity changes. When we first caught wind of this sneaker, they were called the Sharkadons, and if you're like me, you might not know exactly what the whole Sharkadon reference is all about. This name was used during the early development and teaser stages of the shoe, and the name is a combination of the Land Shark baseball cleat and the Zoom Spiridon, both of which obviously influenced the design of the shoe. And it's actually the fact that these have been inspired by a baseball cleat and they have a bit of a baseball aesthetic about them that interests me, because I'm wondering whether or not this shoe will transfer across well for golf, because you've got this rugged traction pattern on the outsole, which could well lend itself well to playing golf. We will find that out. For now, let's move into the materials. So there's a nice combination going on in terms of the materials on the upper. Right around the bottom of the shoe, you've got a really fine nubuck suede material with some nice movements. Stitched on that is a little leather piece that also wraps around the bottom of the shoe, and that connects into a series of different colored suede panels. On the bottom, you've got the bone, midfoot, you've got the blue, and then wrapping around the heel of the shoe, you've got a corduroy material. That same corduroy type material features on the tongue, where you also have a bit of exposed foam. They come installed with a thin set of oval laces, and you also get an extra set of blue and white laces, which I think would also work really well. And then one of the standout design features that we're seeing consistently across Travis's own signature models is the presence of the strap, which in the bottom of the strap features a little bit of a translucent vibe about it, moving into the flat bone strap itself, connecting to the anchor portion of the strap, where you also get that same translucent vibe where you can see the shark branding underneath. Other Cactus Jack touches include the face on the back that we're used to seeing now. You've got the cactus branding on the medial side of the left strap on the inside, and you've also got the familiar Cactus Jack branding down the side of the tongue like we're used to seeing on all of his other signature models. The Nike co-branding details include the air on the back of the midsole. You got a little mini swoosh up front on the medial side, the Nike logo on the tongue, and then obviously the swooshes, which interestingly enough for this shoe feature facing the correct direction, which some people have made the argument has been to the shoe's detriment, given that the presence of a reverse swoosh is almost a direct gateway to a successfully reselling sneaker. So the overall aesthetic to me is definitely giving a little bit more rugged outdoor vibes. This to me seems to be the type of shoe that you are going to be wearing out on trail walks or hikes, or maybe to even play some active sports in, whether it's baseball or, dare I say, even golf. Right, so in terms of the fit and in terms of the feel, I went true to size. I got a UK 9.5 and they fit absolutely fine. The only thing you might want to consider if you have a wide foot is going up half a size, or taking the strap off. The thing I find with the straps across the forefoots is they cinch in a little bit on the forefoots, making them fairly unforgivable in terms of like dispersion whenever you're walking and stuff. So if you want something that has a little bit of extra security about it, then yeah, you can go true to size and use the strap. But if you just want to wear these comfortably and casually, yeah, I would recommend either going a half size up or potentially just loosening off the straps. In terms of the general comfort, yeah, absolutely fine. Nothing like crazy. The foam midsole, the Spiridon technology is good. There's a nice little bit of cushioning there. There's a nice little bit of padding around the ankle collar. They come with a pretty decent insole. Not like crazy comfort, but they do offer up a decent amount of stability underfoot. And like I said before, with the rugged traction pattern on the outsole, good grip. In terms of the quality control and stuff, so yeah, on my pair, the stitching is fine. There's no big glue marks or anything like that. The quality control looks absolutely fine. Comparing them against the second pair that I got, they do appear to be really consistent. So yeah, the general quality of the materials is like decent. It's not like crazy amazing, but it's decent. And the QC, at least according to the two pairs that I've received, are completely satisfactory. Right, so in terms of the resell, there's not really any resell in these. In fact, there's probably going to be a lot of people like me out there that hit it lucky and came up on a couple of pairs. So I would imagine over the next week, you're probably going to find some stores having some returns where you can potentially come up on your size. There are pairs in the lower sizes sitting around on multiple retail sites right now as I speak to you. These are pretty much following the same pattern as the brown colorway. There really does not seem to be the same level of demand for this particular model as previous Travis models of the past, which is a really good thing if you genuinely like the look of this model, you're curious to try them out, or you're just a big Travis Scott fan and need to have all of his sneakers. In terms of the collectability, look, it's a Travis Scott sneaker. Some people like to have a few Travis sneakers in their collection because the guy's such an influential figure in sneaker culture right now and has been for ages. I think if you like the whole Spiridon profile and you like the low top sneaker, or you like the colorway, bro, it's a good pair to have in the collection for sure. The big question for me is, do these and will these golf? So I'm going to be testing these out on the golf course in the coming week, and I'll probably be bringing you guys a separate review on those findings on my golf channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed to my second channel, be sure to go ahead and do that, because there are some golf bangers releasing every week over there. So yeah, those are my thoughts. In general, I think it's a nice shoe. I've definitely come around to them a lot more since getting them in hand. I'm a big fan of this colorway, and I'm going to be really interested in seeing whether or not these actually play well on the golf course. So what are you guys saying? What are you thinking? Are you a fan of this model? You guys think that these are sitting around and not reselling because people aren't feeling the model, or do you think maybe the Travis effect has washed off a little bit in sneaker culture? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for my next review, where I'm going to be taking you through the 933 Andrew Reynolds. And I also have the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0s landing this week as well, which I'll be bringing you guys my thoughts on as well. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like the video before you bounce, and I will see you soon. Take care for now, and peace.